Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. So it's been a while since I made my last video, and I'll be honest with you, I was working on this Xj900 as my winter project, and since completing that I've not done any recording at all. I've just been out on this a good few times, enjoying the sort of fruits of my labour, if you like. But as a result of that, this thing is now absolutely manky. So what we're going to do today, I'm going to get it out, give it a wee wash, start to polish some of the bits and bobs. I'm going to get it looking a wee bit more presentable. The plan is for this bike to put it in on show at the Ingliston Scottish Bike Show, which is only in a couple of weeks' time. So I'm going to do a hell of a lot of cleaning, polish up the rims and stuff. When we take it outside and I'll give you a walk around, you'll see how dirty it's actually looking. I was way up to Aberdeen on it yesterday. Me and the wife went out for a wee day out. So yeah, you can just imagine this time of year doing sort of kind of large distances on this. It's not going to be looking at its best. So yeah, time to give it a wee bit of prep work. I'm going to take you guys with me along the ride. So I'll show you how to do the wheels or how I do it. How to clean off the mudguard and stuff. I have noticed as well, there's a slight ticking noise. It's like a little, I'm not sure, it sounds tappety or whatever, but I think it's a little bit of an exhaust leak, or it could be the caps at the top of the rocker cover. So if you bear in mind, and if you've watched the channel, you'll have seen that the rocker cover's been off and stuff. So things have been moved about, things have been manipulated, and trying to get the bike running properly initially, it was quite a task. And some of that's not been recorded and put into the sort of videos that I've done previously, because you don't notice that there's things not quite right until you start using the bike. So one of the vacuum hoses wasn't quite right, the bolt on the oil cooler, so one of them, they had like lock and thread nuts on the back, and the lock and thread nut had, obviously because it had been on and off, it had been removed, with the vibrations of the bike, the nut was just turning. I kept tightening it up, and every time it would just start to loosen off again. So I've put a larger size nut in there actually, and I've been out a few times since, and it seems to be okay. So just little sort of shakedown problems, teething problems if you like, that have been sort of rectifying along the way, and I'll talk to you about them as well as this video goes on. Right, so we've got the bike outside now in the daylight. Kind of helps at this time of year. If you try and do anything inside that lockup, it's very dark. So yeah, especially to wash the bike anyway, you want to bring it outside. I've got it next to a drain there anyway. But I'm going to take you around the bike, give you a wee walk and show you just how dirty it's got. I mean, it's quite sad to see it in this state, because I spent so many, I was going to say weeks, but probably months, actually trying to get it tidied up again. And it only takes a few wee trips just to get it looking like this again. I'll turn the camera right, here we are guys. Right, so the spray and everything's all over the newly painted swinging arm. The inside there of that torque bar, that was all powder coated blue. Obviously the exhaust cans and everything are manky. Front of the engine, it's actually not looking as bad as I thought it would. There is a wee bit of spray there on the front bar, cross member part of the frame, but I think because I've got the pyramid fender extender on that mudguard, I think that's kind of protected it quite a bit. There is a wee bit of spray on the oil filter that was put on as well, as you can see. It's no wonder they go rusty, they're just open up to all the elements really. But yeah, you see it on the front fork legs, and that spray on the mudguard there. I'm kind of worried about that mudguard because I did just paint that myself, as you know. So the paint's not going to be as sort of durable as if I'd had it done professionally and had it oven baked or whatever. But we'll give it a wash down, see how it looks, and worst case scenario is that we would just have to take it off and give it another lick of paint before we decide to put this bike on the stand at Ingliston. But yeah, it's going to take quite some time today just to do a bit of cleaning. But one of the problems that I said I was going to talk about, I was a bit concerned about the seals on the forks, but do you know what? I think it's not too bad. There's no oil there. It's just a mark really from usage. But the caps here, so they had exhaust putty just round the bottom of them. This is just blanking caps that I made up just to take the AIS system out. And I feel like the tappings may be coming from them. I'm going to remove them, put in new exhaust putty just to make sure they're blanked off properly. Because that ticking is quite frustrating. I mean, at a certain rev range you don't hear it, but then again at a certain rev range you do. So yeah, I think a little bit of work on them today as well. Get them removed, clean them up, and put new putty on underneath them. I've checked all around the bike for any leakage at these inlets, because as you know, that was the whole start of this project, was that one of the cylinders was leaking at the inlet. It was getting fuel everywhere, and it did make the whole area inside there a tad messy, shall we say. And the rocker cover had to be removed and cleaned up and painted and that. And that's where this all started and stemmed from. So the powder coating as well, you can see that takes quite a bit of abuse with the dirt and that. You can see why that was so rusty also. So yeah, we'll clean that off. I'll maybe have to remove I've got the panniers on because I've been using the bike, but maybe I have to take them off for now while I clean it, because it just gives you a little bit more access. So that's a 2-minute job anyway. The minute I've got my bike out there, I was walking around with the camera there, just showing you little bits and bobs of how sort of dirty the bike was starting to look. And then the weather's starting to turn already, and it's starting to rain. No rain heavy, but kind of just spit and blow through. I don't think for what we're doing today, I don't think it's going to matter too much. I just want to get the majority of the dirt off. So I'm just going to go ahead, leave it out there, let it get wet. So I've got the bucket here. And the joys of having the camper van is that I can nip out there. I'm going to boil a couple of kettles of water, fill this up, get some soapy suds, and then we'll just take it from there, guys. We'll try this stuff. Just wait to make sure this is yeah, so I put approximately 3 capfuls of this into a bucket of water. It doesn't say how big a bucket of water, but we'll just wing it. So yeah, we'll put some of this in with the hot water, because I was just going to use fairy liquid, and as much as this is a camper van and I should be fully prepared, there's no fairy liquid in here. So at some point I must have run out in the house and popped it to the van for the van supply, but that's okay. At least I've noticed that before I go away in the van somewhere. So we'll get this stuff in while the kettle boils. And then while that's boiling, I'll go and get that luggage off. Fairly simple to get this off, or it should be. I didn't think to WD-40 this bracket before I put this on, which was probably a bit stupid of me. It's fine, it's actuating anyway, so you just pop that out, you just unlock it with the key there. Just like that, that's it off. Right, so it's starting to get clean. That's the main dirt washed off anyway. Now we get to the part where I'll get out with the polishes, the drying rags first, start to put a bit of polish on it here and there, and then I'm going to try and give a wee bit more of a shine to these rims again. It takes a wee bit of work, but I just think it'll be worth it. They're looking quite tarnished. But yeah, at least she's starting to come into her own again, starting to be clean. Right, so you can see the tarnishing on these rims there. I hope it shows up on the camera. From a distance they look okay, but it's when you get close up that they're just not great. So what I'm going to try is some of this liquid chrome cleaner, and then the Old Faithful Brasso on top of that. And it just brings out some of the dirt that causes these marks. It's kind of like watermarks if nothing else. So yeah, let's give it a go and see how we get on with this. I'm going to start off with the liquid chrome cleaner. I know it's no chrome, it's aluminium, but we'll give it a... I think I need to shake that bottle for sure. And then we'll give it a go. I think when I first did these, I went through all the different grades of sandpaper and stuff. I used nitromors to take the initial paint off. And then I took it down with grades of sandpaper, and then used the metal cleaner after that. Certainly it's taken some grime out of there anyway. So, I mean, it's not perfect, but just that wee 5 minutes there, you can see the difference it does make. So I think I'll just crack on and do this. It's time laborious, so I'll not record this whole process. Can I just say at this point, guys, if any of you are thinking about polishing your rims, I would think again. It's an absolute nightmare. I mean, it does look good once it's done. Don't get me wrong, I quite like the look of that. But the time and work that's involved in keeping it clean is unbelievable. And you know, that's only the back wheel started. I'm still not finished. I've still got the front wheel to go. And it's kind of looking quite tarnished as well. So a bit of work involved in this, guys. I'm not going to lie. And you do end up sort of looking like you've been working down a coal mine. But yeah, the effort speaks for itself. It's not perfect yet. I've still got a bit of finishing to do. But yeah, I think I'm going to leave that for now because I'm getting sore fingers. My fingers are getting old and arthritic. So I think I'm just going to crack on, and like I mentioned earlier in the video, I'll get these caps off and get them resealed. Right guys, so I have, when I've been riding the bike, noticed there's a wee bit of a tick-in, a wee bit of a leak from somewhere. And I've only assumed that it's been one of the header pipes isn't quite sealed right. Obviously, those of you who know that it's very difficult to find out where it's leaking from. You try and put your fingers in to see if you can feel it, and it very quickly becomes red hot. So I designed this little tool, and some of you may laugh at me for this, but it works. It's just a wee bit of tissue paper there, and then you just put it on the end of a long reach sort of screwdriver, and you can put it in at your headers, and it quickly becomes very apparent which one of the four is leaking. And I'm going to try my very best to show you that working, but trying to hold the camera here, I am here on my own, and show you this can be quite difficult, so just bear with me. Right, so as you can see, put that in there. Right, so I've tried to show you that, and it's hard for me to tell if it shows up on camera at this stage, so I'll wait till I'm editing and see if it actually shows up. But I'll put it in anyway, and people can sort of judge for themselves as if it's something worth them trying in the future with their own bikes. But for now, I think, you know, I've been here quite some time. I think I'm just going to get the bike away for now. It isn't by any means cleaned yet. I'm probably about 50% of the way through where I want it to be. So yeah, I'll put it away for now, and I'll have to return another day to kind of finish it off. So yeah, let's get it in the lockup. It's certainly cleaner than it was when I started today, guys. Particularly all in the nitty gritty of the swinging arm. Still a wee bit to do, and I'm not happy with whatever's stained the top here. Can't really get that off. A wee bit of sandpaper. But yeah, there is bits that I've missed. And I would like to remove the actual hangers and give them a final polish, because it's probably been 10 years since they were done as well. Anyway, I'll just end it there, guys. Thank you all for watching. Please hit the like and subscribe, and I'll see you on the next video. Bye for now.